What's up, fellow Saiyans, and welcome to episode 50 of the Marvel United Mini Paints. Today I'm doing Marvel Girl First Class, and as you can see in the title, I'm also going to be having just a little display of my Iceman First Class because the footage got screwed up. But it's like I didn't use that many colors, so I'm just going to show many colors. The 5 colors I used for him. But that's later on at the end of the video. For now, this is going to be all about Marvel Girl in the First Class, aka Jean Grey. And start her off, we're going to use Barbarian Flesh for her skin, but her skin's really only like her mouth and then the 2 eye holes in her costume. Next up, we're going to focus on the yellow parts of the costume. We're going to use demonic yellow for that. And with demonic yellow, it usually takes 2 to 3 coats to show up consistently. Once that's finished, we're going to move on down to the base, and I'm going to use Necromancer Cloak for that. As you can see, it's like broken up concrete or something, so we're going to use a darker color first. Now moving up to her hair, we're going to use the Lava Orange. Now it's time for the blue parts of her costume. We're going to use deep blue like we've used for all the other first class X-Men. You just want to try your best not to get any of this onto the demonic yellow. I'm going to take out my detail brush here. I'm going to go through the colors and try to clean up the detail and make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. There's no yellow on blue, blue on yellow, yellow on the Necromancer Cloak. And now we're going to apply matte white to the eyes like I always do. Now the last color I'm going to use is Warlock Purple, and I'm going to use that for her lips. And then we're going to let the paint dry, and it'll be time to start the washing process after that. So to start it out, we're going to use Flesh Wash, and that's only going to be applied to her face and 2 eye holes. Remember when washing, not to let it puddle up too much and not to let any bubbles gather. Now for the demonic yellow, we're going to use light tone. For her hair, we're going to use red tone. And for the base, we're going to use dark tone as well. We're going to use it for the base and her costume as well. It's going to be the same deal that I did with Angel. Once that's finally dry, it'll be time to work on her eyes. And she has green eyes, so I'm going to use green skin for her eye color. For the yellow, we're going to use Moon Dust as our highlight color. We're going to be using Crystal Blue as our blue highlight color. You just want to apply this to where all the light would be hitting her. Now for her face, I'm taking the barbarian flesh I had before, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of mummy robes to it, just to lighten it up a bit. And that'll be what we use for the flesh. Now for her hair, I did something a little bit weird. I took pure red in mummy robes and made it almost like a reddish pink highlight color, and I'm going to use that on her hair. And finally, for the base, I'm going to take ash gray and mix it with leather brown. And I'm going to dry brush the base with that. And at some point in this video, I added black, a little like the pupil to her eyes, but apparently it went too fast and I missed it. And right at the end, I add a little bit of white for the glare. And that's going to finish it for Marvel Girl for us. And if you like this video, subscribe, hit that subscribe button right there, and let you get notified of any of the new videos I make in the future. If you want, you can check out my Facebook or my Twitch page. The links are right down in the description below. Also, just check out, if you look for Saiyan Elite, just look for the little guy. If you guys stick around, you'll get to see the Iceman that I did. Unfortunately, the footage for the actual painting was done, so you're just going to have a display like I have right here for Marvel Girl. And I'll just list a couple of the paints for you guys. But Iceman First Class is probably one of the easiest figures I've had to paint. Just how the amount of colors you have to use, the amount of painting you have to really do isn't very much. So right here, I have Iceman. And all I really did was take mummy robes and painted everything but his boots in mummy robes. Next, I went to his boots and used the same colors we used for Marvel Girl as the other first class characters. We're using demonic yellow for the collar and deep blue for the boot itself. And once that was all dry, I washed it with blue tone. That made the whole change of color to the snow, the ice, the white. I liked the way it looked. So then I just took matte white and I would dry brush the whole figure with matte white over top of it, and then I just applied a little bit of moon dust and crystal blue. Like I said, it was real. This is the easiest figure I've done out of all of these, and I really like how he turned out. I think it really looks like a snowy type color to him. I think it turned out very well for how simple he was. But again, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and later, Saiyans.